Got your own microphone. Live on Radio Lincolnshire. Liam, just talk a little bit about the situation we've had with the pitch there, because for a short while we was wondering whether we'd be heading off back to the studio or not.
Yeah, it's just the corner's a bit wet, but nothing major. It's never in doubt, is it? Wood is the best groundsman in the league, isn't he? So never in doubt.
And I think you and your opposite number, you both wanted the game to be played as well, didn't you?
Yeah, it needs to be on, doesn't it? Really, make or break, really, isn't it? So I wanted it on. So yeah, it's perfect conditions for a game of football tonight. If it had got called off something like that, it'd have been a catastrophe, to be honest. But yeah, it's on. It should be on.
And reflecting on Saturday, you've had a couple of days to reflect on Saturday. What are your thoughts?
Stick with stick by what I said. It's not good enough. Obviously, I've watched all the game again. I've had the pleasure of watching that game again, and there's a lot of things I've picked out. And look, it's exactly like I said Saturday. It's my team. It's my fault the position we're in at the minute, and I'm trying my best to get us out of it. But everyone will agree that the players need to start stepping up and be counted now, and from now on, if you don't give 110%, you just don't play. Simple as that.
You're a young manager, it's your first managerial role, but you would have been in dressing rooms where clubs would have been on a poor run of form, and you would have seen how players reacted. Are you taking some of what you've learned back as a player into this form as a manager?
It's hard because when you're the manager, you're different. Different face in there. When you're a player, obviously, I have been in teams that have been on poor runs, and I was kind of the player that trying to get us out of it, who would go that extra yard, and that's what I want to see from some of our players tonight. And look, we need to get ourselves out of it. It's fine margins. Everyone in our league, there's been a lot of tight games, and we've got to turn up tonight. And look, like I said. This football club needs to be a lot higher in the table than they are.
Now, I was watching Grantham Town last week at Buxton, where they look like Brazil rather than Buxton, whereas on Saturday, I think by the scoreline suggests they look more like Buxton again. What are we expecting tonight? It looks like on paper, third bottom against bottom should be a cagey affair, but actually, you look at the goals scored by both sides and conceded by both sides, it probably won't be.
Well, let's not forget we were fighting for the last playoff place last year, so there's a lot of the same players in both dressing rooms. So they're not going to be any pushover Buxton. Don't think that for 1 minute. They're probably hit and miss like us. They're probably low on confidence. So it's an even playing field tonight. There's no excuses. They're in exactly the same position as we are. They shouldn't be where they are, and neither should we. But we are now, and we've got to accept it and start moving up the table.
You talked about your players, wanting your players to give 110%, and nobody will play unless they are giving 110%. Have you made changes tonight?
Yeah, I've made a few changes. Look, me and Moss have said it's so hard to pick a team when a lot of the players are not been performing like they are, like they're capable of. We believe in the players in there, but inevitably, if they're not performing to how they should be, you've got to come out of the team. But look, that's not just blaming the players. Like I said, it's everybody. It's everybody as a group. It's obviously I'm the manager. It's down to me, and I pick the team. But that's just got to be the standard requirement now. And if you don't work hard, you don't play.
Well, best of luck tonight, then. Hopefully, you get 3 points.
Thank you. Cheers.
That's Liam King, the Gainsborough Trinity manager.